Howdy YouTube, my name's Cody. This is another Flips for Trips video weekly haul. About to talk about everything I got within the past week from thrift stores, garage sales, and pawn shops. That being said, let's get it started. So first I want to start out with the video games. Xbox One and PlayStation 4 games. Anytime I get newer games, I try to get them for $5 a piece. Halo, Call of Duty, some of those. Now some original Xbox games. We got these right here, and the two highlights that I put on top was SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom and the Jedi Knight Jedi Academy on the original Xbox. And just got a bunch of Xbox games. Older games, you know, I usually can get them for $3 or less. So these are all of the Xbox 360 games that I got. And I want to talk about the few on top. The Amazing Spider-Man, good game. And then Spider-Man Web of Shadows is actually a pretty expensive game. And then one of the more rare games on the Xbox 360 is Crash Mind Over Mutant. I can't remember exactly why this game is so rare, but it is one of the more valuable Xbox 360 games. And then this game, which I've never seen before, it's Wonchinabara Bikini Samurai Squad. So that's kind of just different. I've never seen that before. Pretty interesting. And the next thing I want to mention is the Elder Scrolls Oblivion. Now this is the Game of the Year edition. So a lot of times, you know, you see a lot of games which aren't worth it. However, sometimes the Game of the Year editions will be worth it. For, like, you know, this one will go for $14 or more. I try not to get games sent into Amazon unless they sell for $14 or more. And I will stray from that sometimes. I will buy, like, you know, Halo or God of War or those real popular games that are pretty common, if I can get them dirt cheap, because then I can throw those games in with systems that I'm selling and include the system with a game or two. Some DS games, 3DS, and then if you see this Professor Layton, any Professor Layton game is going to be good if you can get it cheap enough. I got a Donkey Kong 3DS game. The GameCube, I got these games right here, which Pikmin, this is an awesome game. And then F-Zero GX is a great game, pretty expensive. And then this Yu-Gi-Oh! Falsebound Kingdom. The cool thing about this game is I got it at a pawn shop, and a few days later I found the strategy guide at Goodwill. So, pretty sweet. I think I already had this game, but I'll add the strategy guide to my collection. These are the Wii games I got. I want to mention I got this Ultimate Duck Hunting game because it's brand new, still sealed in the wrapper. You know, Mario and Sonic Olympic. With the Winter Olympics going on just recently, some of the Winter Olympic games shot up like crazy in price. So that's just something to note for the future. I'm not sure if it's going to happen with like the World Cup games since soccer is coming up. And then obviously Mario Kart. But one thing I wanted to mention about Mario Kart is, you know, you can get good money for it by itself, but if you group it with the wheel, you can get a lot more money. So I think it's worth it to just go buy one of these at a game store if you have to sell with it and send this into Amazon together. Now we got some PlayStation 3 games. Got these right here. Plants vs. Zombies is getting to be pretty valuable. And this is a really good game called Spec Ops The Line. And it has kind of a cult following. So seems like that's holding its value really well. And typically, you do not want to pick up Call of Duty games because so many people buy them. They're not that rare. They're not worth that much. However, this one is the limited edition one. So it has the steel book, hard case, and a little art book. So that is going to be worth it when you see like the limited edition games, even if they are for the more common games. PlayStation 2, nothing crazy valuable except for this game surprised me about how much this game is worth. It is a Capcom game, which is a popular game developer. Everblue 2, it's about like the exploring the ocean or deep sea adventures and learning about fish and things. So that's kind of interesting. And then I found some PlayStation 1 games, which doesn't happen often. So I got Legacy of Kain, Dino Crisis, and an interesting thing, if you were to look at the spine, this is actually not in its original case. But when you flip it to the front, you're like, oh, that's a PlayStation game. Open up and it's inside. And the only other one I want to mention is Silent Hill. This is a real popular series, sought after games. I have a few of these games on the PlayStation 2 and 3, but I don't have this one, so I'm probably going to keep the Silent Hill game. Now, this is an Edirol Studio Canvas SD90. I have no idea what this is or what it does. However, it was at a pawn shop, and they were asking like $90, I guess, because it doesn't have a power cord, but it's a generic power cord, like for a computer or something, which I have plenty of. And I talked them down to $60, and they're selling for $200 on eBay. So, in the pawn shop, I did go take a power cord from like some speakers, and it does turn on, and the knob seemed to function correctly. But other than that, I will still list it as untested. If you see something, just look up the price on eBay. If it works out in your favor, go ahead and take a risk. At that same pawn shop, I got this 3 terabyte storage hard drive for your desktop or your workstation. Since I'm starting to do this YouTube thing pretty regularly, I might look into keeping this. I'm not gonna send it into Amazon or put it on eBay just yet. I'm gonna consider keeping this. I do use a terabyte portable hard drive right now, but it's always good to have a backup. So I think that's what I'm gonna do with this. I'm just gonna hook it up, leave it on my desk, and every once in a while I'll take my 1 terabyte and back up what I need to onto this thing. Also, at that same pawn shop, they had six of these things. These are the TI 84 Pluses. They all turned on. They all did some simple calculations that I plugged in real quick. I did pay up for these a little bit. I paid $160 for all 6, but they're selling for like $65 to $70 pretty easily. So, at $70, I got 6 of them. That's $420. I paid $160, so I should at least double my money on these things. Another thing I want to talk about is this old telephone I got at a garage sale. I got it for $1, and I scanned the barcode on Amazon, and they're going for like $30 to $50. So easily it's $1. Scooped it up, sent it into Amazon. So good deal on that one. At an estate sale, they had a couple games. I bought a Apples to Apples game, and then I found this Clue game from 1998, and it's still sealed. Still in the original wrapper, so that's pretty sweet. I think they're going for like $40 or $50 on Amazon, so that's a pretty good find. I paid $4 for it. I used to buy a bunch of hats, but I don't anymore, just because I want to make a certain amount of money, and they're not meeting my criteria. However, I found this one. This is a Logo Athletics hat, still with the tags on it. Miami Heat. It's like a vintage style hat. It looks pretty sweet, and yeah, still's got the tags on it. Really good shape. So I had kind of a similar one that was Rockets with the tags on it that I got at Goodwill for like $3, and it sold within an hour for $75. So I haven't seen any of these listed with it still with the tags on it. I'm thinking maybe the same thing, $75. Might not sell for that, but pretty sweet hat there. I got this helmet, and actually I am familiar with gyro helmets, but the funny thing was, when I saw this with this little clip on it, I instantly remembered this from Bonafide Hustler's video where he talks about this similar helmet. It's not the exact one, but this is the women's Ember gyro helmet. This is to clip your like ski goggles onto. You can like have your ski goggles there, and then you can just pull them off and they'll still stay attached. And it has like some nice padding. It's in really good shape with some furry stuff to keep your ears a little warm. But yeah, I got this for $4 at Goodwill. I got these Nike baseball cleats at a garage sale for $4. And they're in really good shape. I mean, they do have a little dirt on it. Just dirt that will get wiped off with one swipe. The guy said he wore them in like one tournament. They are Nike Huarache baseball cleats. Red colorway. Really good shape, so that was a no-brainer. And also want to talk about Crocs. Crocs do sell really well. These are camo ones, which are even better. And these are the ones that are lined with like a fur type material. And they look like they were barely worn. And got these for $2 at a garage sale. So that was another easy decision. Now these Huaraches I got at a pawn shop. They were asking like $60 on them, but they were on the clearance rack because they'd been in the pawn shop for a while. And they don't have any soles, right? So I talked them down to $5. And on Friday, I was at the garage sale that I got the Crocs at. They had a pair of these soles, or these foam things. So I'll just put these together and list it like that on eBay for whoever buys them to cut their own soles or inserts out of these. So I went to the garage sale, didn't see anything I was interested in, but I saw this juice book. It's not really worth it for FBA, but it's pretty cool. It has like little recipes to make random juices, and I do have a juicer that I like to use every now and then. I got this book. She told me 50 cents. I gave her $1 for it, and then she said, "Oh, I think I have a juicer too." It wasn't even out there. So she went into the house, pulled out a Mega 8004 juicer. This is actually a really good juicer. Now the box has been stored in the garage for a while. It's really dusty, and the juicer itself is really dusty. It all looks in really good shape. It just hasn't been used for a while, and probably has been sitting like on top of the kitchen cabinets or something because there's so much dust on it. So I'm just gonna clean it off, and I think I might try this one out. I have a different style juicer, but this type of juicer is better for like leafy greens, for like kale and you know, lettuce and stuff like that. Whereas the juicer I've had, it's really made for harder fruits and vegetables. And so I'm gonna clean this up really well, give it a try, see how it works, and then either sell this one or my other one that I have, depending on if I like this one better than my other one. I found this old vintage Care Bears sleeping bag. Look at these designs. Now it is in a little rough shape. You know, it's got some holes. It's got a hole here too. But the design on it was pretty cool. Kind of let you see that a little bit. And I have no idea if this is really worth it. They're not. I looked up some similar stuff, and it's not going for crazy money, but it was $1. And I was like, you know, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, that might be one of those things that sells for, you know, hundreds of dollars. I don't know, but you know, I'll easily make money on it because I only paid $1 for it, and it's gonna be real easy just to put it in a poly mailer and mail it off. And another thing that was at that same garage sale was she had 2 boxes full. This is one of the boxes. She had 2 of these boxes full of Crown Royal bags. Now these are old, really old. They looks like they've been stored for a while. But she has 2 boxes, so it's got to be over 100 of them. And I asked her how much for all of them, and she said $5. I jumped on it. I paid her the $5, and I looked up some sold listings, and it seems like the big lots sell for like 50 cents a piece. So if you have like 100 of them, it'll sell for like $50. If you have 200, it'll sell for about $100. But these are in a little older shape, rougher shape. So I might just still try to list them at like 40 to 60 cents a piece, you know, depending on how many I have. And I'm debating on whether I'm doing lots of, let's say 50 of them, or just however many 50 bag lots I can create, or just lump them all in together. Since they do take up a lot of space, I might just lump them all in together, list them all together, put them all in a box, and whenever it's, and maybe even do an auction. Now, let's talk about some highlights of the clothes that I got. First one I want to talk about is this RJC Hawaiian shirt. Now, this Hawaiian shirt is one that is made in Hawaii. This is in really good shape. Has some great graphics on there with the trees and the flowers and the parrots. and these always do pretty well. I got this shirt, this Arsenal like short sleeve performance shirt at Goodwill, and I was thinking about getting it, and I was like, okay, I'll get it. And before I checked out, it's like I didn't even realize this thing's new with tags, so even better buy. Little Arsenal polo shirt. I'm not sure what year this is from, but this is the Warner Brothers Studio Store Looney Tunes sweatshirt. So any kind of novelty thing like that, just a little older. There is some cracking in the logo, but I just thought it was pretty cool, and I think I got it for like $2 or $3. Now, a really sought after thing I got is one of these old Proline windbreakers. This is the Dallas Cowboy ones, logo athletic, Proline. It has the center strap that folds over in the middle. Got the cowboy stars on both sides, and it's in really good shape. This is the back of it. I made a post about this on the Instagram with the next thing I'm about to show you. The only thing I noticed about it was on the sleeve for the NFC conference, it does have a little bit of fraying right there, but it's still okay. You can cut that off to where it looks flush, or can sew it back. But my buddy does want this jacket. He's a big Cowboys fan, so this is probably going to go to him. Next, I want to talk about this hockey jersey for the Penguins. This is a LeMahieu jersey, captain, and these things sell for really good money. So I picked this up at Goodwill. A vintage Christian Dior shirt. Now it does have a hole right there by the tag, but it's Christian Dior. It has a cool little print on it, vintage. So I picked it up, see what I get for it. Got this like motocross or paintball jersey shirt. So those always sell pretty good. And then this, was it Paradise Found Hawaiian shirt, made in Hawaii. Now this is like a casino one, has a roulette, poker cards, all that stuff on there. So it has a really cool print, so this one will sell for more than normal Hawaiian shirts. Now this vest, I couldn't find anything about it, but it just looked pretty cool to me. So I picked it up. It's by Truck Fit. I picked it up, and you know, if it's not worth it, it's not worth it, but I couldn't really find any on eBay, so I'm just tried it out. Here's another one that I couldn't find one, and looked like it might not have been worth it, but I still picked it up because I actually went to a Pacquiao fight. This is from the Pacquiao Morales fight. I went to the Pacquiao Sugar Shane Mosley fight for my 21st birthday in Vegas. So this shirt just kind of, I was like, well, I'll take a chance on it, buy it. It is large, it is my size, but I live in Texas and I wear a short sleeve shirt and gym shorts pretty much 95% of the time. So throw it on eBay, see what I can get for it. And the last thing I want to talk about for people to look out for if you don't know. Now, I'm in Baytown, Texas, just outside of Houston, and all we have around here are chemical plants and refineries. So there is a bunch of stuff like this. Now these are Wrangler FR pants, and this is a Wrangler or Walls FR shirt, and the FR stands for flame resistant or fire retardant. And like, these are what chemical plants and refinery workers need to wear, or a lot of people that work in similar industries need to wear when they're at the plants. They need to wear these FR type clothing materials, and because of that, you know, they are worth more than just your typical shirt or jeans. So anytime I see these for cheap, I pick them up. I got both of these for $3. I actually got 3 pairs of pants and like 2 shirts, FR shirts, and I got all of it for less than $10. So that's a nice thing. And all the pants are super starched. I'm talking like 8 Seconds movie back in the day at Boot Scooting Club. Man, these things are like super starched. Well, anyways, that's all I have for this week. This was like the highlights of everything I bought within the last week, from thrift stores, pawn shops, garage sales, estate sales. I do post about things when I buy them on my Instagram, Flips for Trips. And I appreciate you watching. Thanks for sticking with me. If you liked the video, like, subscribe, or comment down below what you liked. If you learned something, maybe you want to see something different, just let me know. That's all for now. Thanks again for watching, and thanks, and gig 'em.